Hello, today I'm going to go over Monterey Bay sardine canning industry, reading comprehension and graphing. And what I have here is a passage that talks a little bit about the history of the canning industry in Monterey. The canning industry and the fishing industry were kind of like the main industries of the city of Monterey. And it was an important economic feature of the city. So you can see that there's different sections. One talks about the rise of that canning industry and why it started, the peak and what was going on during the peak and why it had become so big, and then ultimately the collapse and why it failed. You'll notice that after the article, after the information here, there's some questions. So go ahead and answer these questions using information from the article. So it says use passages. You can use phrases from the article to answer these questions. That's okay. But make sure you include some of your own wording as well. And then finally, we have a data table. And what you're going to do is take this data table for how much sardines were caught during these different years, 1915 to 1965. And these are in thousands of tons. So this first year, 1915, was 20,000 tons, okay? And you're gonna use this to graph back here. Now, I've already set up the graph for you. You do not have that same thing. You're gonna have to fill this in. So at the bottom, we have years, and this is gonna be a bar graph. So I put 1915 right in the middle of the square. And 1920 is right in the middle of the square, and it goes all the way across to 1965. And then starting from 0, we go up by 50s all the way up to 800 for the sardine catch. So thousands of tons, right? That's along here. Skipping 50 every time. Now, if I look at my data table for the year 1915, it was 20,000 tons. So we got 1915. Here's 50,000, or 50. So 20 would be, 20 is maybe right in here, right? And I'm gonna shade this one in. I'm doing a bar graph. For 1920, it looks like it's 80,000. So it's above 50, below 100. 80 is maybe about here. And we're gonna make our bar graph. And I'll do one more. 1925 jumps up to 180. So here's 200, here's 150, 180 is gonna be about here. And same thing, you'll just kind of shade this in. And then you want to finish the graph seeing what the rise and fall of the industry looked like in terms of numbers. All right, I hope this helps. Thank you very much.